Can you believe it's already December? Wait, am I wearing a Santa hat? But there is so much going on at the Universal Orlando Resort that you need to hear about. Hey Pugh crew, welcome back.
If you're new here, on this channel we talk about all things theme parks, including updates, news, and even tips and tricks for your next theme park vacation. So if that's something you're interested in, go ahead and hit that subscribe button.
I can't believe that November is already over, but it is, and that means it's time for our monthly preview of the parks. So what we're going to do in today's video is we're going to tell you what you should expect if you're headed to Universal in the month of December.
Of course, Universal's holiday celebration is in full swing now with everything from the parade to Grinchmas and even the Hogwarts Christmas light show. These festive activities are going to run through January 2nd, but they have added a couple things to this since our last park update. Like we expected, they did open a holiday-themed tribute store with all kinds of ornaments and merchandise for you to check out there. And of course, there are some seasonal food offerings like that cookie cup that's filled with milk and that hot cocoa bomb that look amazing. Hey babe.
Huh?
What are you doing?
I was looking at the food. Sorry.
Of course, there are more seasonal food offerings than that, so we'll put a link down in the description below so you can check out that full list.
Please.
Universal has also began offering a VIP holiday tour of all these seasonal offerings in the parks as well. This tour will cost you anywhere between $70 and $90 per person depending on the date, and it includes exclusive access to basically every part of the holidays at Universal.
Yeah, so it'll come with a Grinch meet and greet, reserved viewing areas for the parade as well as Grinchmas. It even comes with a meet and greet of Santa. I know him. And of course, an after-hours viewing of the Hogwarts Christmas light show. So yeah, it's basically all the festive things crammed into one big festive day.
We will say they are offering a limited number of tickets per day. So if this is something that you're wanting to do, we would suggest buying tickets sooner rather than later. Universal also announced that Mannheim Steamroller, which is a music group that's known for their Christmas music, will be returning to Universal on December 4th, 5th, 11th, and 12th.
We'll be there.
These concerts will be held at the Music Plaza stage in Universal Studios, so if you're wanting to listen to some live Christmas music, you'll definitely want to check that out. Everyone that visits Universal is always worried about crowds, and December is actually a pretty interesting month for crowd levels. The first 2 to 3 weeks are pretty slow. The weekends, of course, will be a little bit busier than the weekdays, but it really starts to ramp up after that. Starting on Saturday, December 18th, the parks will start getting fairly busy every day, with the week between Christmas and New Year's being the busiest week in the parks all year. This is also kind of confirmed with the annual passes because we do see some blockout dates in late December and early January. The blockout dates typically coincide with the busier times of the year, and they do this to kind of help regulate the crowd levels inside of the parks. But if you do have a seasonal pass or a power pass, you will not be able to visit the parks between December 18th and January 2nd. If you do have one of these two passes and you are wanting to visit the parks during this time, don't worry, you can always call Universal and upgrade your annual pass to one of the two options that don't have those blockout dates. If you're wanting to take advantage of early park admission, you will have to start at Islands of Adventure from December 1st through the 17th. And then after that, starting on the 18th, they will have early park admission at both Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure, and this will start at 8 a.m. for the entire month. Well, I say the entire month, but we don't quite know about the last 5 days of December because Universal releases their park hours for 4 weeks at a time. So currently, if you get on the app and try to look at December 27th through the 31st, it still says unavailable for the park hours, but we're gonna assume that it's going to stay the same as that previous week.
Yeah, that's probably a pretty safe assumption. I guess they could make it earlier, like make early park admission like at 7 to try to like help with the crowds, get people in and out. But the one thing we're sure of is they're not going to make it later. Like early park admission's not going to be at 10 o'clock any of those days. It will be at 8 or earlier.
If you don't have early park admission, both parks do open to regular daytime guests at 9 a.m. for the entire month. For the first 3 weeks of the month, so through the 17th, Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure close at 7 p.m. with 8 p.m. closure on some of the weekend nights. But most of the nights it is 7 p.m. And then after that, so after the 17th, the parks close anywhere from 9 to 10 at night, depending on the day. Volcano Bay also has its typical hours of 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Yeah, but if it's getting into like the 50s and 60s, like we've been hearing, those park hours don't even matter.
Yeah, if it does get cold, they will close the water park on a daily basis. But if it's warm enough, that will be its typical hours, and it'll have early park admission starting at 9 a.m. There are a few events going on for New Year's Eve at the resort as well. Universal doesn't have any kind of celebration inside the parks, but this year the Hard Rock Cafe is hosting a party in City Hall.
Yeah, so they're gonna apparently have a live band. It's being advertised as like a Beatles / Abbey Road type concert, but it's a separately ticketed event. So if you're gonna be in the area for New Year's Eve and you want to bring in the new year at Hard Rock, you're gonna want to go ahead and pick up those tickets soon.
There are also a few New Year's events at the on-site hotels. It looks like each on-site hotel is hosting some kind of like special dinner at one of their restaurants, so you can check that out. And then the Portofino and Hard Rock are going to be having New Year's Eve parties, but it does look like these parties are gonna have some kind of cover charge associated with them. I can't find anywhere that they're selling tickets yet, but if that's something you're interested in, you will want to keep an eye out for those tickets as well. There also aren't any new ride closures at the resort this month. In Islands of Adventure, of course, Carousel is still shut down, as well as Poseidon's Fury, but they did move the construction walls back and reveal like some parts of Poseidon's Fury.
Yeah, like they painted the rock or something like that.
Yeah, so we feel like it might be getting closer to reopening.
Yeah, also we've been hearing that there's higher than normal wait times at the Seuss Trolley.
Yeah.
Not really sure what's going on there, but we're hearing that like only one side of the track is running. So if that's something you're wanting to do, and we always like doing it at night, especially when it's decorated for Christmas, you should probably just be ready to wait. Like grab you a candy apple and just get in line.
In Universal Studios, Curious George's Playland is still shut down, and of course we got the announcement that the Fear Factor Live Stadium is shut down forever, so these are the only two attractions in Studios that you won't be able to ride. But if you are visiting this month, we do suggest that you ride both The Mummy and Shrek 4D one last time.
Yeah, we just said we recommend you ride Shrek 4D. Yeah, that's coming from us. That won't ever happen again. Like, I mean, seriously, it won't ever happen again.
Both of these rides are shutting down in the new year. Shrek 4D is closing permanently, so you'll want to make sure that you get one last ride on it.
Farewell.
Just for the sake of it. And then The Mummy is shutting down for an extensive refurb, and it will be closed for the first half of 2022.
All right, guys, if you enjoyed this video, this is something that we do every month. Just give you a little preview of what's going to be happening in the next month. So yeah, be looking out for the one coming up for January. But with that, we are going to end today's video. Leave us a comment in the comment section and let us know, how does Santa eat all of those cookies? Seriously.
If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. You can hit that subscribe button and turn on that bell notification so you get an alert every time we post a new video.
Thanks for watching. He should be way fatter.